Guess what? Today we're going to be talking about the 30th anniversary of a beloved Capcom franchise getting a collection.
I'm having the weirdest case of deja vu.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe people should make sure to subscribe to find out why.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The video game industry moves fast, but we move faster. This is the Turbo Button Show with Darien and Jacob.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the Turbo Button Show for... Oh, crap, it's December 12th, 2017. I'm here with Jacob.
Hello.
I'm Darien, like always.
So Capcom.
Yeah?
They've got something for 30th anniversaries this year. And classic franchises getting collections. It's almost like Capcom released the first Mega Man Legacy collection, and the money just rained down on them, and they're like, "Oh, we got to keep doing this." So
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
they did the second one, and now they're doing the X collection, and now they're doing a Street Fighter collection.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about Street Fighter and its 30th anniversary?
I also could care less about Street Fighter.
Well, then, should make you an expert at talking about this subject.
Actually, I like Street Fighter to a point. I have it on my 3DS. I have the 3D one. I'm holding it wrong, but I have it on here.
So, the thing with this is, the reason we're talking about it is cool. It's another, collection from Capcom. Those are great. But
it has 12 games. That's a lot.
There it is. Okay, so they're advertising it as being 12 games.
It has Street Fighter 1.
Okay, so here's the thing. The reason we're talking about this is because it advertises 12 games, but when you get into it, it's really not 12 games because it repeats several versions of previous games. Because Capcom had this thing where they would release the game and then release updated versions every 6 months or every year or on different platforms.
Yep.
So the thing with that is, although it's 12 games, it's technically only 6 full different games.
So we get Street Fighter. Yep. Street Fighter 2. And then here we go. Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. Super Street Fighter 2. Super Street Fighter 2 Alpha. What? No, Super Street Fighter Alpha. Did I say Turbo? Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Street Fighter Alpha. Street Fighter Alpha 2. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 3 Second Impact. And Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. AKA only 3 games.
Well, no, because the Alpha games are different games. So you get Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2, a whole bunch of versions of that. Alpha, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and Street Fighter 3.
So 6.
6 games with multiple versions of 2 and 3. So
you're only getting 6 games and they doubled it because there's...
And one of them's Street Fighter 1, which, cool, you can play it and experience the history, but it's a terrible game. No one likes Street Fighter 1. It's abysmal.
The glitches in the game created mechanics for the future.
Oh, no, those are the glitches in the demo of 2, really. Like, 1 isn't even cool enough to be that. It sucks.
It was just one of those things that it was like a interesting arcade game because everybody was competing for score, but this one was like competing for...
It wasn't even popular. Like,
yeah, but
no one bought Street Fighter 1. It sucked.
It was a okay arcade game for the time.
So the point with that is you're really only getting 5 good games and multiple versions of each. And sure, some fighting game fans want those extra versions, but most people who are going to be buying this are just like, I casually like Street Fighter. Because if they're a serious Street Fighter player, they're going to either be playing Super Street Fighter 2 Deluxe Turbo Ultra Super Mega Edition on the Switch, or they're going to be playing Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
So this is more for the casual Street Fighter fan, in my opinion, or the big fan of the Alpha series, who are people who are really winning out, because the Alpha games are great and they don't get much representation.
Or for the Street Fighter collectors that just want every game.
The point is, they could have done a lot better with this lineup. So include Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2, and the best version of Street Fighter 2. Cut out the other 4, like hyper fighting we don't need.
Like they're all just
or Championship Edition.
I mean, what's the difference between most of these? Graphical upgrades between some of
faster speed and a couple extra characters.
Yeah, and maybe cleaned up a little bit.
Why would you want to play the middle ones then? Like I can understand having 2 versions of Street Fighter 2, the original and the best version.
Like why wouldn't they include like Street Fighter 5 or like something more?
No,
current?
they're not going to include 5, maybe 4. But how about some of the more interesting games in the series? What about the Puzzle Fighter games or Street Fighter the movie, the game, or which is like Mortal Kombat-y digitized.
Yeah.
Or the EX games, which are amazing and haven't ever been like ported to anything. There are tons of better games they could have chose than 6 versions of Street Fighter 2.
Or how about this? We get a total Capcom collection. So include some Street Fighter, the best Street Fighters, include some Resident Evil classics. Include some Monster Hunter classics with online support.
No.
What else is a Capcom franchise? And include Beautiful Joe.
That's never going to happen.
What else is a good
Hey,
Capcom franchise? Okami.
You mentioned online, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of online, with the actual collection that exists, there is online support, but for only 3 of the 12 games. Or no, it's more than 3. You've got the list right there, right? It should say which ones are multiplayer. I know the only one of Street Fighter 3 that is Third Strike.
I don't see it anywhere.
Well, I think it's 2, the final version of 2, Alpha 3, and Third Strike, if I'm correct. I might be wrong on that. I just going off of what I remember reading like half an hour ago. But the point is, it's like 3 or 4 out of 12. If I wanted a collection of Street Fighter games, I'd want everything, or at least, the key stuff, kind of like, the Legacy collections for Mega Man. They didn't give us Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 2, the second part, Mega Man 2, the third part, Mega Man 2, the fourth part, Mega Man 2, the fifth part, and Mega Man 3.
There was no such thing as...
I know, that's my point.
But they didn't give us like Mega Man 1 and the Mega Man 1 and Game Boy, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 2 Game Boy. Why don't we get those titles? They're pretty good.
I mean, if you think about it, though, this does represent the Street Fighter series well. The past 30 years, all that Capcom has ever cared about is Street Fighter 2.
Okay, well, then we got like 3, then that hung out for a while, then we got 4, 5.
Which, yeah. I mean, I'd like to see 4 get ported, or, some of the more obscure games in the series.
So the reason I said 5 is to bring 5 onto the Switch so that,
Yeah, not happening, especially not in a collection.
Right, that... Dream.
I think they released Street Fighter 2 on the Switch to be like, hey, here's your concession for not getting 5. So that's it. That's really all we have to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're a hardcore fighting game fan and you actually like this collection, and you think I'm kind of wrong with not really liking it because of the multiple versions of 2 and 3, let us know. Put a comment down below. Maybe like this video if you like it. If you don't like it, you can dislike it. It won't hurt our egos too much.
It just gives us the eagerness to get better.
And then subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and if you'd like to support us financially, you can buy some sick Gaming Buzz merch. We don't sell re-releases of Street Fighter 2 at www.gamingbuzz.com/shop.
But do we sell re-releases of shirts?
Maybe.
I mean, if you want to buy more than one and get different colors.
And that is it for us today. So we will see you guys with more news tomorrow.
New episodes and other content can be found on TurboButtonShow.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.